Hi Stepping Stones families, thanks for joining me again today. I'm going to read a little story for you today, and it's a nonfiction. It's called Seed to Sunflower. And then we're going to do a little bit of science and actually plant some seeds today. And I don't know about you, but it really feels like springtime around here. We're seeing grass where we live, and lots of the snow's melted and the sun's been shining the last few days. So it's really kind of got me in that mood for spring. So I wanted to talk about what happens when we plant some seeds. So let's get started. The story today is called Seed to Sunflower. And I handpicked like 3 pages that I really want to share with you today, okay? So we're going to start off with this page. It says the first shoot here. So it says when a sunflower seed is planted in soil and watered, it may begin to grow. This is called germination. Can you say that big science word, kids? Germination. And it says the seed's outer shell softens and splits open, and a tiny root grows from the seed down in the soil. So if you look at the steps here, they planted the seeds in the soil. The next one shows a little shoot popping up and pushing through the soil. And then on number 3 here, you can see that the shoot grows even bigger. And then the next picture, number 4, says the outer shell of the seed falls off, and then you can see the sunflower seed. And you can see the remaining of the shoot there. And then number 5 says we have 2 small leaves growing. So it's growing out of the soil, and you can see these leaves. And this just takes like a few days to happen. A shoot begins to grow, and the young plant is called a seedling. Can you say seedling? If I can hear you, say it to your parents, seedling. All right, our second page here is called sprouting and growing. So once the seedling has leaves, it makes its own food, and the leaves use sunlight to make food from air and water. The green leaves turn to face the sun. I don't know if you have any plants at home, but you'll often see that the plants are always looking for the sun, and they grow in that direction. They collect as much sunlight as possible. Each leaf has tiny holes which let air into the leaf. And a really important fact is that all plants need to have water to make their own food and to grow. And I love this picture here because you can see kind of where the roots are in the soil, and then you can see the plant and the stem pushing up and the leaves here. So the next page says the seedling's roots soak up water from the soil, and the seedling grows bigger every day. And it grows as it grows, new leaves appear. And you can really see how this sunflower is growing really nice and tall. And a fact here, it says a sunflower grows fastest in the first few weeks. So it grows really fast, and you can see it's getting taller and taller. And our last page here that I think is really beautiful, seeing the sunflower, it says the flower opens. In the summertime, a green flower bud forms. The bud opens up into a big yellow sunflower. The flower has a flat center, and the center holds the male and the female parts of the flower. They are needed to make more seeds. And we can see all the different stages, right? So if you look down at the second one, it says first the green leaves open, and then we'll start to see the petals right in the middle. And then number 3 here, you're seeing the petals open even more. And then over here in number 4, you can see all of the sunflower. It says the yellow petals surround the flat center of the flower head. And there's just a beautiful picture to show. The male parts are called stamens, and the female parts are called carpels. Okay, so 2 big science words there for you as well. So this is just a little snippet of showing when we plant a seed, it can grow very fast into something really beautiful. And then what I want to do with you today is actually plant a seed with you and show you some planting that we've been doing at our house. All right, so next we're going to put together our plant pot. So I'm going to take the container that I have. So you're going to grab your container that you have as well. And what I'm going to do is put one of my paper towels around kind of the outside edge of this container. So I want one around the edge. You see I've kind of folded it around. And then what I'm gonna do with a second one is kind of scrunch it up and put it in the middle. And I think I might even take a third one. And we're just gonna really scrunch it to create some pressure there in the middle. And the beans are gonna go around the outside edge. So I'm gonna try and pop the beans on this outside edge. So I'm gonna take some of the beans that I had, and I'm just gonna pop them down. See how you can see them? And we'll place a few beans around the outside edge, spreading them out. You can see what I've got 3 right now. And then we'll keep going around the outside edge. And this is how many bean plants will hopefully grow. And you could do this with beans at home as well. And then after I've placed them, I think we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna do one more, 6. So now that I've got all my beans kind of in place, I'm gonna make sure that this paper towel is damp with some water. So I'm gonna get my water and pour some water in here, and I wanna keep the paper towel damp. So if we look at that now, it's pretty nice and damp, maybe just a tiny bit more. Okay, so I can see the paper towel is damp. And that looks really great. So what I'm gonna do now is place my pot in an area in our house. We have an entryway that's got some windows that bring in some nice sunlight, and put it in a nice spot that'll help the beans grow. And what we did when we did this a couple of weeks ago is Ziki's been checking our pots for us every morning, making sure that the paper towel stays nice and damp. And then I'll kind of show you some progress that we had. So once the beans, you'll see them start to sprout, just like in our story. And I'll kind of show you what some of the progress looks like. So in one of our pots, you'll start to see roots grow and the stem. You can even see the bean splitting here. And then what you're gonna see is some leaves. So with this one, we've been keeping this paper towel nice and damp. We are ready to plant this in some soil. And this has been probably a good week and a half. And then we'll transfer it now into some soil as soon as you start to see these leaves growing. And then I'll show you this next plant I'm gonna show you this is just over 2 weeks in. We got some soil from outside and we planted it in the soil so it can continue to grow in that nice sunny spot that we have. And we've been keeping a log. So this is something fun that you could do with your family, is just draw pictures every day and see the changes. And they happen really, really fast. So you'll start to see roots in the stem, you'll start to see leaves quickly, and you can have just a lot of fun really drawing pictures, and maybe your parents can even help you write a few words or they could write for you. And just keeping a log of the progress of the growth of your bean plant. Some other things that we have been planting at our house, because we've been loving planting, is this one will be some poppy flowers. So if you look in here, you can see them growing already. And we had some poppy seeds, so we planted them. And Ziki's been keeping them nice and moist and keeping a track of them when they need watering. So just keep checking them every day. Then we have some mint leaves. I can see some tiny ones kind of popping through. We really love to have mint I love mint in my tea. We love to have mint in our food. So we love growing mint leaves. So that's another one we have growing. And then I think a third one we have growing right now in these pots is another bean plant. So you can see the progress of this one as well. Thanks for joining me today, Stepping Stones families. I would love to see if you've been planting at home, or if you do plant in the next few weeks, and to see what beautiful flowers or plants that you grow. Maybe send us a photo by email, or if you could put a photo on our Stepping Stones Facebook page, that would be really fun too. I'd love to see what you're growing at home. Thanks again for joining me. Bye.